It's Monday morning. Oops, I didn't get YouTube up on the TV. I need
Morning,
to do that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Laura. Watching Nico. Who's Neko? Lonely. I'm so lonely. You're not lonely, Laura. We're here. Jello, Julie.
Christine.
Let's see. Laura, Julie. There's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Hey, KK, how are you? Let me get YouTube up here. Did anybody buy the Foundry Wax that Tim Holtz just recently came out with?
I did, but I don't got it yet.
I just got mine, so yeah, I wasn't much farther ahead of you. Let's see, where's YouTube? I just got mine, and hey, Glennis. Hi, Dawn. Glad you guys are here. There we are. There we are, experimenting with Foundry Wax. Okay. Yeah, so I just got mine. Just opened the box yesterday. And make sure I have all my YouTube shut down here. I think I do. Okay. And so I haven't even opened it yet. Haven't played with it. Haven't opened it. And man, you guys wore me out over the weekend. So I just, and with Mother's Day, I just had to rest yesterday, totally rest. So I didn't have the energy or the time to plan anything that required preparation. So when I get a new product, hang on, I got to get my drink organized here. When I get a new product, I always open it up and experiment with it, play with it a bit, see what it does. I watched Tim Holtz video when he released it. I haven't had this for sale. This is something Tim just released. I don't know, when was it, Candy? A month ago? 2 months ago? Not very long ago. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, he just released it not long ago, and oops, that was not very good, Marianne. Marianne needs to learn how to pour. So yeah, I had ordered it and I just got it in. So I thought, well, I usually open it up, take it out, experiment with it, check, see what it'll do, try all the things that Tim was talking about in his video. And I just usually do that by myself. So I thought, well, that's what Monday's all about. Monday Jumpstart is to jumpstart our creativity. It's to try something new, try new things we haven't tried before. And I'll bet a lot of people haven't ordered it yet, Foundry Wax. It's kind of a new kind of thing for us. And I'll bet people are wondering if it's even something that they want to get. So who knows? And how are you going to know until you see it or play with it, or at least see somebody else playing with it, sticking their fingers in it and asking questions. So I thought I would just open it right here. How many colors are out? There's only 4. There will only be 4. There will only be 4. I will tell you why. I'll tell you everything I remember from Tim's. Hi, Eric. I love that. What?
Oh, crap. It's a wrong amount.
Is he okay?
No, it was my Facebook Pay. I shorted you 5 cents. I'll have to add it to them.
Don't worry about it.
That 5 cents is going to break you.
It automatically puts a 0 at the end of it.
Yeah, and I didn't. Yeah.
I don't care. That's hilarious. I'll just hold out a paper pack. Funny. Oh, man. Yeah, so I thought I'll take him out. I'll experiment with him, play with him. You guys can see what they do, ask questions, give me ideas of what to try with them after I've tried everything I have pulled out already here. And let's check them out. And so you can see if it's something that you will want to get. I haven't had these. I have not gotten these in my shop, so I haven't had them at a sale. I ordered them after Tim brought them out to try them out myself. So most waxes on the market are beeswax based, and these are not beeswax based. They do have to be shaken up. So while I'm talking, let me see if I can shake. I don't know if I can shake 2 in each hand, both hands at the same time. I'm not sure I can do that, but I'm going to try. And I might sound like I'm jumping up and down while I'm talking. But these are actually metal leaf. So they are a wax, and so they do act as a wax. They are surface. They are not an ink. They look like alcohol ink bottles, but they are not an ink. They are not intended to use as ink. They are a wax. But the difference in this wax and most other waxes is that these are actual metal leafing. Sorry, all the movement because I'm shaking up. I don't know how much they need to be shaken up. I guess we'll find that out too. They are actual metal leaf based. So the gold is actually like putting gold leafing on whatever you put it on. Statue, the silver, or the sterling. He called it silver, and so I keep thinking of it as silver, but it's called sterling. And they're different viscosities because the different metal leafings are different viscosities. In fact, I remember Tim saying that the sterling was the thickest of all of them because they kept adding and adding and adding because he wanted a really brilliant sterling silver color. And this one is Mind. I think I'm going to like Mind. Maybe, I think I'm going to like them all. I don't know. I love all they look like and remind me of alloys and mixatives, but they're not at all like them. They don't mix in that regard. I remember him saying, when you shake the sterling, you're going to shake, 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 think there's something wrong with it because you may or may not hear that little ball going around, at least not right away because it's much thicker. So shaking it up, I can kind of sort of feel the ball moving, but definitely not. You don't hear the noise at all like I did on the other one. Hey, honey, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Shake, 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 shake your bottle. Happy birthday, dear Doug. Happy birthday to you. Today is Doug's actual birthday. And there is a piece of cheesecake left for him for tonight. You are welcome, honey. Okay, so let me move this off too here. I didn't get a chance to talk to Doug before we started today. Okay, so we have gilded, statue, Mind, and sterling. They say Foundry Wax, so you want to make sure not to confuse them with alloy or mixatives because they don't act the same. Here's the other thing that I remember him saying. It starts as a liquid, and as soon as it hits the air, I'm going to I ran some cardstock through with embossing folders to get some textures so we can try some of these. But I remember him saying it starts as a liquid, so I'm not pouring it out yet, because as soon as it hits the air, it starts to turn solid. And so its viscosity is going to change the longer it's in the air. And as it turns to solid, it will eventually turn to dust. What? Okay, so once, let me see. I'm going to try this with a couple of different ways. Sorry for the reach right there. I think this is pretty soft. I'm going to try it with that. I'm going to try it with this. I'm going to try it with my finger. I think when you put it on with your finger, it's going to be on much heavier because your finger, a little harder to go super light. Seeing which ones I have that don't have any ink in them at this point. Got several, so okay. All right. Doug, you might have liked this stuff for your project or for your next project. Okay, so here's the other thing. This is not permanent until you heat set it. Once you heat set it, it is permanent. Okay, it is like a like gold leafing. You heat set it, it is gold leafing. If you don't heat set it, it will just turn to dust and you can rub it right off. So let's try let's see what we get here. Okay, there's a few drops. I'm going to try it with this big brush here and see. He did a lot on black paper, I remember, and I really liked that. That was a very cool look. But I did some white, some black, and some craft to try it all. I hope I shook that up enough. Don't know. We'll find out. But this is how we experiment.
Laura's really hoping she hates it.
What?
Laura's hoping she hates this stuff.
Oh, yeah, really. I'm really hoping I hate it, so I don't have to try it. Okay.
Again. The camera moving didn't help.
Okay, I will slow down a bit. Gonna grab statue next. Yeah, that didn't help. Honey, are you still here, Doug?
You got your book to help focus it, maybe?
I want you to see how this keeps going blurry.
Well, this rabbit hole, Julie, will only be the 4 bottles. They're not coming out with any more. These were 8.
Yeah, there's only going to be 4 on this. Laura, you can love them because there will only be these 4 because it's the actual. I better use this before it starts to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There aren't any other colors because it is actual metal leafing. So you can mix these to get some different, variations of color and like get a rose gold, get a platinum, that kind of thing. I remember him talking about that. But interesting on white. I think I'm going to like this better on black. Now here's the thing. I've got this on my brush now, and how quickly it cleans. I remember that he stuck it in ISO, and I'll just empty that out there. There's not that much left. You can rub it on a paper towel. There will still be some there, but I remember he put it in isopropyl alcohol. Wow, there was a lot in there, and just that fast, it's clean. Look at that, clean, totally clean. That's amazing. That's amazing to me. So it is solvent based. I don't want to knock that over. It is definitely solvent based, which means you want a well ventilated area. Let's try this. Let's try this mind. So if some people have a tendency to have any kind of allergic reaction to solvents, then you might want to put on a glove or a finger caught if you decide to use, your fingers to do it. I think I might be going a little heavy. I think I might have put a lot down and be picking a lot up on the brush.
Yeah, I need to put it on the edge of the brush.
Yeah, I might be going a little heavy on that. So this is where the experimenting comes in, to see too much, too little, just right. Okay, 3 different colors. That's interesting. And that's a kind of a weird, just a weird dot pattern.
Does it smell, Julie asked?
It does not smell like, give off the odor like the alcohol ink does, no. And I remember him saying that, and I thought, oh, good. He said there is much less of any smell at all than any of the other alcohol-based products. Okay, that is way better. I like it better on the black. That is cool. Now, remember, these are not heat set. I got to do that too. So they change once they're heat set. So I'm going to do the black card, and then we'll heat set them both at the same time.
Oh, that's right. It makes them shinier.
Yeah, it makes them shiny. I just mixed those, but it's okay. I could have used one side of the brush for one and the other side of the brush for the other. Didn't think about that. That'd have been brilliant. Okay, got a little much there, but okay, I'll go over here and just get a tiny bit on the top and see the difference. Oh, I even got some silver on top of that. All right, I'm going to grab my heat gun. Now, here's the thing. Heat setting makes them solid, right? Makes them permanent. You do not want these bottles to get the heat of your heat gun. It will turn them solid. I clearly remember him saying that. So I'm going to move him off to the side while doing heat. Let me grab the heat gun. And plug that in. Let's see. Forgot to plug it in.
You could use the splatter brush with it. I do not think so. They dry very quickly.
He did do some splatter. He did do some splatter, but it is more difficult to do because they are thicker. And as soon as they hit the air, they start to solidify.
Yeah. So it's harder. It's a lot harder to do it with the splatter.
Right. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, the other thing I remember him saying was it takes a lot lower heat temperature to set these than it does embossing powder. Now that completely changed the white.
Yeah, well, it's
probably
we can't see it. It's blurry, Marianne.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm watching YouTube. Gonna just hold it here to see if it'll clear up.
You need
And
that
it might not because it's metallic. What?
You need that book.
Yeah, it's not gonna like the metallic. But I remember him saying that embossing powder takes something like 340 degrees and that this is about 125 degrees is all it needs. So it doesn't need nearly the amount of heat. So like embossing powder, you have to hold it there for a few seconds. And to do your whole thing, you might have a minute or two before your whole thing is done. And you can overheat embossing powder and then it changes. You can't overheat this. And it does its thing almost instantly, just in seconds. And maybe I didn't even give it long enough, but the gold has turned. I can see the gold. This one is a lot easier to see. You can see the silver has turned, the shiny metal consistency, and this one is like copper. Hang on a second here. Ouch. Once it gets hot, it doesn't take long at all. You do need to leave a minute, let it go for a minute just to get the gun hot or the air hot. And depending what you have it on, like if it's on paper, it has to heat the paper thoroughly before the substance will change. You can see a lot more of that metallic on there now, I think. So I remember that he did a couple of different materials. And he said that like doing it on plastic or wood or metal, you have to let the plastic or the wood or the metal or whatever it is heat up completely. Once it gets hot, then your wax will start to change. Once it's hot enough and the wax starts changing, it literally takes a second and he would just do a swipe. But the only period of time is for the substrate to get hot enough. So the paper has to get hot enough that it turns the wax. But that's kind of a cool metallic there. And that's just some bumpy bumps. But let's try.
You want to show them how you get it off your mat there?
Just right here? Yeah.
Over there on your, the other part.
Yeah.
Just powder, Julie. And then wipe right off.
Yeah. So there are a couple of ways. You can wipe it off with a baby wipe. You can spray it with water and with a paper towel. Like this, if I just keep rubbing it with my finger, it just turns to powder. Look at that, just a little pile of powder. And then whatever's left because that's, yeah, just powder. I don't want that all over my desk. Let me see if I can. You can use, to get all remnants off, you can use just like alcohol ink. What is it? Hand sanitizer. I'm looking at it and can't think of the name of it. Hand sanitizer or just straight isopropyl alcohol. So when I'm all done, I can just dip my paper towel into this isopropyl alcohol right here and then wipe down my mat. And he did it right here on this white mat because it just comes completely off. This isn't coming completely off because this is just a baby wipe. But when I'm all done, I will use alcohol and we'll get all of that off. But that's interesting how it sits there and it turns solid, and then it just turns to powder, just turns to dust. You don't think of wax as being able to be dust.
Yeah.
So this is a cool, I don't know how much the white will show up.
On your table, Julie, it just turns to a powder. It dries and you can just wipe it off with alcohol or hand sanitizer.
It comes out as a liquid. It turns to a solid, which then just crumbles into a powder. That's all. If you get it on your table, it just will crumble. You just keep rubbing it with your finger. It'll come off with a powder, or as a powder, just take it off. And then to get any remnant like this, then you'll just use isopropyl alcohol. I'm just not doing that until we're completely done. But look at that. With my finger and some alcohol, all remnants of it just came up right there. Just like that. I love that. I love being able to leave this down and know that it's not going to get stained with that. This is the new Tim Holtz Media Mat right here. And it's got that stick that I was looking for, Candy. I love it. Yeah. Okay, so this one is the clocks. This is a Tim Holtz embossing folder, and it's got the clocks. And I thought that might be kind of a cool one. Let's try one of these small brushes, maybe one of these. And I still need to get a feel for how to brush it on and how much to brush it on and how much to use. This is how I experiment. I just start playing with it and trying it on different things. I've got a little container here with a bunch of different things that we can try it on, but wanted to start with paper. This is statue. So we'll try statue. And let's see. I'm going to spread it out a little bit there. But already it's starting to go solid. I wanted to spread it out before
you have to work quickly with this lady.
You do have to work quickly. It's this is a new feeling for me to put this on with a brush and just rub so softly. I don't know. I'm really going to have to work with that one. I don't know if I can do that so well. I'm going to try it with my fingers. I think I can work quicker. I kind of like it going all over behind, not just hitting the high points, but getting it. To me, it gives it that vintage look everywhere. When you can get some of the metallic behind it on the base. But if you don't like it, then definitely only go around and hit the highlights. I kind of like getting it.
Laura says you're the new Goldfinger. Bond, better watch out. Yeah, it looks better with the finger. You have to
right.
With the brush to get it to look good, I think. A lot of people would do better with a brush, but I'm not doing it. I'm better with my finger than I am with a brush.
I'm gonna have to try it with a brush and play with that to get that feel. I'd like to get that feel, but
perfect brush for you. You know what I mean? You got to find that.
Yeah, I remember him saying that he did not like the blending brush for that. Let's see. This one I'm going to do kind of all four colors, whatever is left over here. Let's just get the leftover on there. Okay. And then I'll do a completely different color on this one. Yeah, I remember him saying a soft brush, which is why I thought, this one's soft and these are super soft. He didn't even like the blending brush for it because it's too hard, stipply. I don't know. I don't remember what he called it. Let's see. We haven't used Mind yet. Mind might be cool on this, on the craft. Yeah, I'd like to get good with the brush, so I will definitely practice that. I want to get the most of it, where when it's heaviest on my finger on the clock for me, and then I will get little remnants inside the clock and around for that vintage look. But yeah, you do have to work fast with this one because it will, once it's on your paper and it dries, no problem. You do not have to heat set it quickly or, immediately or in any period of time. You just have to get it onto whatever your substrate is quickly, or it will turn solid and then to dust before you can use it. Like you can't pour that out and let it sit there, go answer a phone call, come back and expect to use it. It'll be a bunch of dust. I just want some more all around.
Gigi's here.
Hey, Gigi.
Dawn says, watch, he'll come out with a new tool.
A new tool just for this. A new, very specific soft brush. Okay, so I really put it on fairly light on this one.
Yes, Kathy, that's an embossing. That's paper's embossed that she's using.
Yeah, I embossed it with embossing folders, and I did one of each color with the same embossing folder, so we could see what kind of.
Laura wondered if you could sweep the dust onto paper and then heat set it. I do not think so. He talked about that.
Oh.
Once it dries, it won't set on it.
It won't, right. Now, I don't know what would happen if you mix that with alcohol, if you could do something with that. I don't think it's going to reconstitute it to exactly the same because there are other chemicals in there.
In his video, he did talk about that, but I don't think
Hang on, paper's flying away. I'm noticing a couple interesting things. Let me do this one. Oh, watch the color change on this one. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a heavy duty heat gun.
Okay. Did you see the color? I actually saw the color change spread as the heat spread across this one.
Yeah, and then it went blurry as soon as you put the craft paper on top of the black. Oh, shoot. I could see it before it.
Right. Okay. I'm going to leave it sit a minute.
They looked away and you put once you put the craft paper on top of it. I'm going to
have a hard time with the metallic besides whatever has been the issue. So we'll see if we can't at least get something there. Okay, I put it a lot heavier on the black one, a lot thicker, and that worked much better. I tried to put it really light, thinking maybe I was overdoing. On the craft, I tried to put it really light, and only these spots where I had, you can see those little, they almost look like splotches on the screen because it's just a little heavier. Those turned really nice metallic. But the rest of it, there's just like little flecks, a little bit of shine, metallic here and there. Not enough in my book. So what was that? That was mine. That black turned out really cool though. Isn't that one neat? I like that a lot. What he did say, I remember him saying that you can layer it. Heat set it, layer it. You can keep going until you get the vibrancy or the look that you like. And apparently, as you layer it, it gets more metallic, more vibrant. Well, this isn't even metallic as much metallic as I would like, because I think it's because I didn't put, was that Mind or was that Statue? No, I don't remember. I don't know. I might be putting the wrong one over the top of it. I don't think I put as much on. Maybe I'm
fingerprints in the metallic.
Hmm?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't bring up your fingerprints. It's not that.
Oh no. Nope, it doesn't. And I think this is not the color. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's different from wax, and
We'll find out.
It's usually shinier. It's shinier.
Most wax is beeswax based, and this is not. And the metal, the metallic in here is not just color. It is actual metal leafing. So that's why there's only going to be 4 colors. They've been working on this for 2 or 3 years. They've used actual metal leafing, gold leafing, silver leafing, in here to get this metal leaf look. So when you do this, like this black one, this is actually metal leafed. So you put it on in a strange way for metal leafing, put it on, with fingers, but that paper is actually metal leafed. That is an actual ingredient. In fact, it's the ingredient that makes it all happen. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try heating this. Remember, I'm going to move the bottle out of the way because I don't want the bottle to get hot or it will turn solid in the bottle. There we go. Can you see a change now?
It's hard to see on the craft. It was easier to see on the black.
Still, I went heavier some places and not others. But could you see as the heat spreads across the card, you can see the metallic shine?
I could see it on the black. I could not see that on the...
Oh, you can't see it on this one? Okay.
I can see,
but you can see a lot more metallic now.
I can see the...
Yeah, you can see a lot more metallic now, but it was cool to see it spread because I could see it change.
Yeah.
I don't like this particular color. I don't like it as well. What is that, Mind? I don't like Mind as well on the craft. Not as much contrast.
Was able to see it, so...
Laura
said it's cool to see these side by side. The Foundry was side by side with the embossing powder and the Nouveau. With the same type of color. Differences were
like Nouveau.
We might do that sometime, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Versus that.
Yeah.
I think that gold might look really nice on the craft.
They wanted you to hold it up closer, but I don't think you're gonna be able to see it closer. It's hard to see the metallic. You got to angle it too flat. It's too straight on. Maybe angle it a little bit.
And it's hard. The camera doesn't like metallic. It
doesn't.
Reflects off of it. There you go. It reflects off of it and makes it very hard to focus. But we can try. So I don't like it on the craft as well as I did on the black. But I'm going to try.
Put it on metal. I believe so.
Yes. Yep. I have a whole bunch of stuff right here for us to try.
Yeah, you put it on metal.
First, I want to try the craft on... gold on the craft and maybe gold on the white to see if they're much more vibrant. Oh, I embossed this iron gate. I thought that would look cool to emboss an iron gate and then put the metallic on that. But let me see what else. And some writing. There we go. Okay, we'll do these 3 papers and then we'll move on and try something else. So this embossing folder is a Tim Holtz. It is wings. It's a Sizzix Tim Holtz alterations, I believe. And I'm going to just clean my finger with isopropyl alcohol.
Which color was used on the black? That was Mind, wasn't it? Or
I believe, wait a minute. I believe that was Statue.
I
believe that was Statue. I'm going to try gold gilded on both the craft and the white for this one, because I feel like that might show up the best. The silver probably would too. And I also think on the very first one that part of my problem was not putting enough on it. I always start with a little bit. I can go back and add more and heat set it and add more and heat set it. You can't take it away. You can't unring a bell. but you can always add more. Hi, Linda. Hey, Dawn. I think I said hi to Dawn. Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's probably in the other room raising her head off the bed going, what? She gives me that look, like your phone.
They're asking about Margie. Have you heard from her?
I've not heard from Margie today. It's possible her computer is having...
No, Gigi, these work on many surfaces, just like alcohol.
Many surfaces, yes. We are going to try some other surfaces right after this. But, I don't, is that the... Nope, this is the side. That's the back side. This is the front side of the wings. All right, well. Okay, so first we're doing paper, and then I brought some other things over that we can try. So those of you who just came in, these Foundry Waxes, they come out a liquid. You see they're a liquid here that I'm using. They turn to a solid, and then they, as soon as they hit air, they start turning. And then they turn to powder. So you have to work with them quickly. I think if you can get the feel for the brush, it would be easier to stay just within your design if that's what you want to do. I like getting the heaviest on the design, and then I really kind of like getting some around the outside of it, because if you want that vintage look, I think it adds to the vintage look. I tried to go a little heavier on this one than I had on some of the others, because on some of them I could tell that I went way too light-handed. Okay, so there's the craft. Let's set that aside for a minute and try the white. And I'm only putting a little bit out at a time, because as soon as it hits the air, it starts changing. Its viscosity starts changing, and it starts turning solid. So I don't want to put a whole bunch out and take even a minute to get to it. See, it's harder not to get a clump, a lump, or what do you call it? A splotch on your finger. The first place you put it down, it's much harder to do that. But those splotches that have a lot on it, those are the ones that turn up looking really cool once they change. So you can do it. You can do a bunch of things, and then you can go back and heat set them together. If you don't heat set this, it will go to a solid, and then it will just turn to powder. So know that. If you don't heat set this, I could come back later. Oops, got a little much right there. I could come back later and rub it, and it would be a powder and rub off. Wouldn't leave it perfectly white, but the majority of my stuff would, my wax would rub off. So if you want it permanent, you want it to stay, you definitely need to heat set it. And then it is permanent. So you don't have to worry about it. Will not rub off. I remember watching Tim test that or demonstrate that. It will not rub off if you've heat set it. Okay, so let me get some around the edges. It gives a kind of a haze, kind of a shadow, a vintage shadow. I do kind of like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put some gold on this black one. So we'll try gold on all three.
I don't think there's a time limit, Laura, for when you have to heat set it. But I mean, you don't want to sit long.
Yeah, you don't have to heat set it right away. You just have to pick it up and use it right away, or it's going to turn solid on you and then turn to dust. But I remember him saying that you don't have to heat set it immediately. You can let it sit here and heat set it later if you want. Once it's on your product, once it's on your substrate, you're fine. See, that's getting too much down in between and not enough on top. It is hard not to be heavy-handed with a finger. I'm going to practice with a brush and see if I can get this down with a brush. Although
right, your pinky, you have less pressure in your pinky than
a ring finger. I should maybe be using ring finger, huh?
Yeah, ring finger.
Yeah. The brush though can get down in the grooves easily too. So I think there's going to be an entire technique to that, and it's just gonna. That's why I thought I would do this with you guys so you can see how brand new product, how I work through. And I've got this on my fingers. I'm trying to get some of it off on the edge. It will just give it a gilded edge. But it's all right.
To clean up your mat. I don't know. Once it's on the substrate, it's pretty much.
Yeah, it's good on here. And I'm not going to rub this until I heat set it, because this is now turned solid. If I let it sit here, or if I rub this, it will just turn to dust and I'll rub it right off. And I don't want to do that.
You rub some of that smushed off that you had on there. That's what you're getting at. Maybe with a brush, maybe get some of it off. I don't know.
It's way down here in between, and it's hard to get to that without getting the words above it. So I'm going to leave it. Just see what it looks like.
Oh, so you make a puddle on your mat, I guess, to dip your finger in. Yeah.
Oh,
so much.
No, this is once it's been here for.
Push it out so you don't get so much on your finger when you dip it in there.
Well, that's what I was doing over here, is smushing it out like that, and then but
it
still,
makes it dry quicker, though.
Put your finger down.
It makes it dry quicker.
Yeah. The more you spread it out, and the faster it's going to dry. So, okay, I'm going to try this. All right, let me move the gold over. Don't want it to heat set in the bottle. Okay, see if you can see the metallic when the paper gets fully heated, then it will start to change, and you can see it spread as if you're dipping it in water, and you see it soak up water and the color changes. That's what it looks like. So see if you can see that as soon as the paper gets hot. I'm going to move my tweezer.
They really saw the color change on that one. They could see the color change on that one, they said.
Yeah, cool. And the coolest part is where there's more gold. It just looks way cool where there's more gold. But you can put a thin layer over, and then you can come back and say, I'd like a little more on some of these words, and get a little more on there and put them just on there and heat set it again. You can build layers to get a more vibrant and intense color. Okay, so let's check out our wings. Hey, Judy. Let's check out our wings. Here we go. See it change in color?
You're just seeing the red coils inside. That's what the red is.
Hang on a second. Say that again, Candy.
Julie was asking if the gun had a red light. It's just the heat coils heating up inside, Julie. That's what you're seeing off the paper.
Yeah. What I really like is he said you can't heat it too much. Have you ever done embossing powder and you're like, I think it's done. I think it's at its peak, but I'll give it a few more seconds just to see. And then you go over the edge and it's burned.
Yep.
Yeah. I love that he said that you can't overheat this. Doesn't matter. You can't burn it like the embossing powder. So I'm looking at it, and places where I thought I got too much, those are the best places. And places where I just had a little bit, they just look like a little bit, and they're not as vibrant gold. So I might then go back in with a little more gold on my finger and hit here and up there and, around, because the places that I thought I had entirely too much on there, they look the best and have the most reflection. Okay, I'm anxious to see what the craft will do. Oh, this one you can see spread. Yep, I could see that spread on YouTube. That's cool. Okay, so I'm looking at the stuff around, and I think I might like to either get really proficient with a brush so I could just get the wing, or this stuff around, have it more brush strokey, not finger stroke, but brush strokey, so it maybe just shows a little bit of movement around, not just splotch.
You can mask it off.
Yeah, could do that.
Glenn said go over with copper for maybe a rose gold look for the next layer.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. And I think on the white and the craft, you almost need the two colors for a little bit of dimension. Let's see, statue or mind. Let's go mind. I think that'll give the rose gold look. See how whatever was left here just turns to powder? And well, it won't matter. It won't matter. It's mixing, so it won't matter if it's on my finger or on the mat. So, okay, so this will be the first one that we've mixed. And really wet. The longer I push it out here, the more sticky it becomes in my finger. And that tells me that it's changing viscosity and it's starting to turn solid. So I want to use it quickly. Might be enough here to do both. I was trying to just get not to completely cover it. Okay.
Lucy was wondering if you could use alcohol to clean the stuff on paper you do not want. Like the overage before you heat set it. Could you with an alcohol pad or something? You might be able to. I don't know.
You might.
Set, though.
Yeah, you might be able to. That's how you clean it off of your fingers or your mat or anything else. Before it's heat set, for sure. Once it's heat set, it's permanent. And I wanted the overage, but once I did this and heat set it, I don't like it. I would like maybe some brush strokey look, but I don't like all the finger marks look. That to me, doesn't add to it. So that's why we're experimenting. All right, let's try this on heat, adding the mind over the top of the gold. Oh boy, did that change fast. That changed really fast. And I purposefully didn't cover the whole thing, but if I had, it does give it a real rose gold, but this is more like rose gold with some gold peeking out here and there.
Judy, you want to know what is the main use or purpose of this wax?
The main purpose, what it was intended for, made for, is as an accent, a wax on top of things. You can use it with alcohol ink. I remember Tim demonstrating that. I don't remember exactly how he did it. I'll have to go research that. But the main thing is exactly this and on other substrates. But to accent, to highlight, to make something look metallic. Let me do this one and we'll grab some other things. So on this one, I purposefully didn't get any mind around the outside. That looks pretty cool on the white. Looks like rose gold.
If you like embossing stuff gold and silver, this to me is an easier way to do it. It's not as messy. That's why I got it, because I like the embossed look, but I hate messing with all those powders.
The embossing powder. Yeah. So all right. So you can do metal. I brought some metal things.
Glennis loved that combo. It was the mind.
I did too, Glennis. I did too. Brought some metal things. I brought a couple of Dragonfly brads. I grabbed a few keys. Let's see. Might get blurry with my hands moving all over the place here, but let me just bring out some of these things and we can try a variety of things. I brought some canvas tags. I thought maybe I would use a stencil and try to stencil something small really quickly with a brush onto that. This is wood, a wood frame, and one side has, it's probably covered in a paper, and the other side is raw wood. Then there's a plastic frame. What else did I bring? Oh, I brought this scrap piece of, it's paper, but it's almost like fabric paper. It's very fibrous. Thought that would be cool to try it on.
Judy, you have to be careful not to get this where you didn't want it, but I believe you can take it off with alcohol.
Yes, and
before you heat set it. Yeah. Heat it up before you heat set it. But once you heat set it, it is permanent.
Permanent. Yeah. If you haven't heat set it, you can take it off, whatever. In fact, I could put it on one of these things and then go, oh, I don't like that, and take it right off before I heat set it. Those are plastic. Okay, these are little plastic letters. So we're going to try it on a variety of things and see what we get, what it looks like, how it works. What else is in there? Oh, there's more keys, but we got plenty of keys. Okay, and I brought a variety of brushes. And if we run out of stuff, I got plenty more things here that we can gild. Let me see. Let me grab a little stencil. I've got some right here. Let me see if one of these. Got some new ones right here. Let me see if one of these would kind of work for that. Those are very small. They're very small tags there. So, okay. There's 2 stencils we could try. I also brought some plastic tops to soda pop bottles.
Or you put a color on top of it, like if you wanted to put a wash on or something to make it look more grungy. And then you're defeating the purpose of what it's for.
You can grunge them up. Yes, you definitely can grunge them up. And I remember Tim doing a whole thing of making them grunge because I like metal.
Some walnut.
And the metal looking grungy. Yeah.
Yeah, he put a walnut crayon over it and rubbed it in it.
That's what he did. He took
they are very comparable to gilding wax, Gigi, but they're shinier. They are much shinier.
And if you keep adding layers, you can make it more vibrant and more shiny. Yeah. Now, he took a crayon. He took a crayon and he rubbed it right here on his mat. And then he could even add a little bit of water, but get his finger wet, I think, and rubbed it on that. Is that what he did? And then
I believe so. Yeah, he used a crayon on the walnut.
Because he likes the metal, but he likes it grungy.
Yeah, and what it does is it's only going to grunge up the grooves. When you put crayon, it grunges up the grooves, right? That's what it.
I think so.
It goes into the grooves. So
I'll have to go watch that one.
You have to play with it, but yeah, it's hard to tell on camera on some of this stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it is, and sometimes we know we just are going to have to play with it ourselves.
And it goes into the grooves and the flat surface. If there's grooves, it settles in the grooves.
Which is just what we do when we're antiquing something or grunging it up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This is
Lucy says she thinks you can get shinier building waxes. Inca and others. I don't know. This one's really, really shiny. It's shinier than any of the waxes I have.
Let's try. And I do know that the more layers you put on, the more you can build a shine. Yeah. He set it in between each one. Oh, do I have a stippling brush right here? I thought I did. Excuse the reach again. Nope, that's not. What's this one? Nope. All right. Well, we'll use this one. Kind of, sort of. Got this little heart right here. Let's see if I can. I mean, it's not intended to be a stencil thing, but I'm going to see if I can use it as a stencil thing on canvas. This is a canvas tag. And it's already got an eyelet in it, and so it's holding the stencil up, so I'm trying really hard to push it down so I don't end up with a bunch underneath the stencil up there. Okay, let's see. Okay, when we're done, we'll heat set a bunch of them at the same time. All right, so there's one. These two will go real fast. Here's another. Oh, that comes out. Oh, wow. This is a brand new stencil. I just got it. I didn't realize there's a piece of tape on the back, and that's to hold in the little starburst cutout. Wow, that's cool. You could just do that. I like this. Let's just do this little. Let's do like that. It'll be like a sunrise. I'm going to do this one in statue. Gilding, not building. Okay, so this one is statue. I think I will clean this off really quickly, just dipping it in isopropyl alcohol. Literally cleans it off that fast. I love that. Absolutely love that. Very few things clean that well, that fast.
Right. It's gotten really, really blurry again, so you need to kind of like sit still for a second.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can't hardly even see the pattern of that stencil.
Okay. Hold tight. You'll see it as soon as it's done. And I'm pouncing this thing, so I'm sure that's not helping the camera trying to focus. That's cool. I'll just set that in alcohol. I can see the metal come off it, and there's little metal swirls floating around in the alcohol. Okay, so I just put it barely over the bottom, so it was like a sunrise or part of a daisy or a sunflower or something. That turned out kind of cool. Okay, so we've got some little plastic letters here. I don't want to lose that guy. Plastic letters. I would, let's see, how do I want to hold it like that? I would just do this with a brush. Got statue open here. I'll just use statue. You just paint this on with a brush.
Could you dip it in it, you think?
Hmm?
If you just dipped it in it, would you think it would work?
You know, it might. But here, what I'm just noticing is this plastic is so slick.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to keep it on there.
Glass that it doesn't stay on. And I remember him doing glass, and he got the best when he just stuck his finger in it and just kind of tapped it on there, because then it kind of stayed.
Yeah.
This might be the kind of thing you'd have to layer a couple of times, because the first layer is going to give it some grit.
Yeah.
Like gesso. And once it's got some grit, it'll stay on a lot easier. Let's see. I'm going to take this one over there, like you said. Just rub it in it and see. Try that. Okay. And now those are going to need to be heat set. You know what? Let's heat set the ones we've done so far and see what we've got. I'm going to pull them out here to heat set them only because I don't want to blow the rest of this stuff away. Oh, wow. Definitely work. That'll definitely work. This wasn't enough contrast in color from what the plastic was. It's shiny, metallic, but if I had done maybe the silver, you can really see a difference.
You can see the shiny when you put it up there.
Yeah, you can definitely see it shiny.
They're asking, are those letters Brad's?
Hang on a second. Oh, the canvas is going to be cool.
Yeah, Dawn, it's a good idea to keep the lid on the bottles.
Yep, I should have put that lid back on.
She did say that at the beginning, but
I'm trying to keep the heat away from it, but still, it'll dry out. It'll solidify and dry out.
yeah.
Okay, so I didn't put it very thick on the canvas. In fact, it's quite thin. And as a background, that'll be really cool because it's not super shiny, but when you move it, you can see just that little bit of metallic shine. That's very cool. But if I actually wanted it to have some dimension or to really have that metallic, total metallic look, I would just put it on thicker. Same thing with this one. It's a very cool background, little bit of metallic shine, but if I wanted that to actually stand out, I would just need to put it on thicker. Let's do some things with silver because I think this silver, oh, we want to do one of the other colors with these dragonflies though. Okay, so we're going to do a project long time ago. Candy's probably still got them. I said, keep a few bottle
now.
and then we went down a whole nother rabbit hole and didn't use them, didn't do our thing. I still have them sitting here, in a little package ready to go for a tutorial. So I thought I'll pull 4 of them out, and I will make them the 4 colors, and we will do that. So it doesn't matter whether it's from like a 2-liter bottle or a 1-liter bottle or whatever it is, just the screw top of a soda pop bottle. That's all that is. Let's see. For this, well, I'm not going to do that because it's already kind of silver and you can see it. Well, I'm going to do one of each color. Okay, so I'm going to do several things silver. I'll use this brush. This would be a good one for a variety of things. Actually, that might be easier just to hold with my fingers. Okay, there are a lot of grooves in this one, so I am going to use the brush. And it's kind of hard to even tell because it's silver. So it may end up needing a couple of layers because I won't be able to tell where I got it or didn't get it until I heat set it. I can tell on the top when it covers up the words. Now, the silver is the thickest of all. So I'll tell you right now that means it is going to turn solid and to powder faster than any of the others. Absolutely is. I mean, it instantly, as soon as it hit the air, it started changing. I mean, they all do as soon as I hit the air, but this is visible. This was really visible. All right, I'm going to set that down. Let me do something else with silver here, if it's still workable. Might need another layer, but that's okay. So this was metal, but it was white. This is like a book plate. It has, I'll just throw it on the floor. I'm done with it. I'll just throw it on the floor. You'll get it, right? Jeez. Can't hang on to it. All right, and see how thick, see this, as you can tell, it's almost powdery already. I'm going to put a little bit on the top of this. Yeah, it's just powdering right off and falling right off. It turns really fast. So silver I would work with in very small amounts on your table. Use it up and then, you know, put a few more drops down. Definitely don't let it sit. I don't want to do those. Okay, so let me close silver up. Now, this is the one on Tim's launch when he released this Foundry Wax. He had a little resin, or was it resin or plastic snowman? Like an old
Like it was a plastic snowman.
Yeah, it's a little plastic snowman, and he did it in silver, but he put a little bit of silver on the mat, and then he added some alcohol to it, and it thinned it out just a little to make it a little more workable to cover, to like gold plate or silver plate something, which is what he did to the little snowman. And you don't want to put too much. It's just a little bit to thin it out to make it easier to work with, not to make it, you know, super liquidy. So, all right, so let's do, doesn't matter which one, gold is already open, so we'll do gold. Yeah, but the silver, I could tell, even squirting it out, that it was way thicker and was, oh, is that the brush I was using? No, I guess it was. Way thicker and was turning solid and turning to powder so fast.
Julie said that it's very intriguing, loving the results, but still not convinced that I need to buy it. Well, we don't need to buy anything, Julie.
Right. I'm not trying to convince you to buy it. You know, a lot of people are thinking, do I want that? You know, so I just thought I'd experiment in front of you so you can kind of see something.
See, I wanted it because when I do embossing, it's usually gold and silver, and I hate messing with this. And the gold, the gold wax I have doesn't give me the
vibrancy, the metallic look that you want. Yep.
So this would do that for me.
Totally agreed. Yep. This totally will. Now, I've still got a lot more experimenting to do. Even after we do all these things on my desk, there's a lot more things to try, to find. And, you know, it's with every product, there will be some things that you really like to use it for that I just don't ever really do. And there will be things that I love to use it for that you don't do. So that's why I like to experiment with it in a whole bunch of ways, every way I can think of, to find how it is that I want to use it, if I want to use it. So I already bought them, so I've got them. How am I going to use them? But I know a lot of people were thinking, do I want them? You know, we don't need any of it. You're right. Candy's right. We don't need any of it, but do I want it? You know, do I want it? I don't know. What does it do? I need, you know, so that top dried. So I'm putting another layer on it because it's plastic. It's slick. It has a hard time staying on it. And I'm seeing that with a lot of these things because they are very slick. They are going to need a second layer, a second
gesso on there first, maybe.
You could, yeah. I'm thinking that you could probably put some gesso, even a layer of just tacky glue or something. Let it dry, just anything to give it a little bit of tooth.
Yeah, or you just sandpaper it a little bit.
Yes, yeah. Even this is wood, but this side has paper on it, and the paper is super smooth. So I'm gonna do this side gold, and we'll do the raw wood side another color and see what they look like. So I've done several things already, and this gold it's starting to get solid now. Huh?
Just that I may have given her the reason to buy it. That was when I saw this, that was my reason to buy it.
Yeah.
The embossing powder.
Yeah. Well, we've got other things, but they, like she said, they don't give us always that same
No.
metallic shine.
And like me, that powder, I tend to dump it.
Right.
Knock it over accidentally.
You and me both, sister. So,
it was clear and it gave me that shine I was looking for.
Yeah.
So
this is like being able to take that gold gilding pen that we have and do whatever you want, do the whole everything with it. But you can't do everything with the pen.
This one doesn't have the smell as that golden pen.
Yeah, but because it's not liquid, you can't do everything with it. You can't get into everything.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work on all surfaces. So because this is liquid, it works on anything and everything. And you can layer it and get a more intense color. She says what?
Dawn says she appreciates showing all the options and the different things.
Oh, sure. And even when we're done, I'll keep playing with it. Candy will get hers and she'll start playing with it and go, hey, did you try this? Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to getting it.
Yeah. And I'm seeing that if I want that real gold metallic, I need to put it on a little thicker. I started out putting it on super thin because I don't know. I've never used it before. So I don't want to overdo it. I want, to see what it takes, what it needs. I did a gold cap. Okay. So how about a gold dragonfly? I said he did a butterfly. He did a couple butterflies. I remember him doing a butterfly, half one color, half another metal.
Yeah.
They were cool. So there's a gold dragonfly and got a little bit left here. Maybe we can get us a gold key. Oh, I wanted to try it on this. These are old keychains from an old business. I won't even show you the other side, but it was an old like scrapbooking business or quilting business that has long gone out of business. And she gave me a whole bag of these keychains that the heart on the other side of the heart is printed the name of the business. But I thought, we can probably coat this with gesso and do stuff on it. And if nothing else, I can just take all the little rings off and use them.
Yeah.
But see, now it's turning to powder. Now, see, as it dries out, if I go over it, all I'm doing is taking it off. Look at that.
You probably have to gesso that first.
So no, that's because it's turned to powder. I remember watching Tim do that. That if it dries, and then it's ready to turn to powder and you go over it, all you're going to do is wipe it off. I didn't need to put that much on there, darn it. All you're doing is wiping it off because it's already to that point where you just need to heat set it. If you want more, and that's why you're going over it, heat set it, put another layer.
And then go over it, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can keep putting layers till you get it as vivid and vibrant metallic as you want. But once it's dry, don't go over it. You just wipe it off.
That might be another one that's easier to smush it into.
I was just thinking that. Could probably just lay that down there and, yeah. Okay.
What else? Heat set it and put another coat on it, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do some gold on this paper. I did the silver up there. We'll do the gold right beneath it. It's a cool paper. It's like a weave. It looks like paper is woven.
Is that 3D embossing thing?
No, this is how the paper came.
Oh, I have the embossing thing.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. I've had it for years and years and never really used it for anything. I don't remember what I used it for a while ago, but this is just a scrap that was left.
The keychain might look cool with some of the red showing through like an old antique frame.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point, especially with the gold. Okay, let's heat set some of these and see what we've got. Ouch! Don't stab yourself on the very, very pointy tweezers.
Oh, Candy Feinberg has come in. Oh.
Hey, Candy. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, I'm going to use these tweezers. I'm going to put my finger in here to try to hold it apart to hold that because it gets pretty hot and I don't want to heat up. I'm going to put the lid back on that gold so Dawn doesn't have a heart attack. And you're trying to yell at me and I can't hear her. And then I'm going to set this off. He'd set it off camera just so I don't blow all this stuff around. So shouldn't take but a few seconds. It is cool though, watching it change. I'll do one and I got to do this. I'll do it up here. Hopefully you can see it. You can see the gold just change to metallic. Looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup. That was cool.
That'd be cool to use that crayon.
Oh, hey, lesson learned. Woo, too long on the plastic. It melted the lid.
That's because your heat gun's too hot.
It probably is. This does not require as much as an embossing gun does. So I'm going to turn it on low this time. See if that makes a difference. Maybe hold it farther. Maybe turn it on high, but hold it farther back. And maybe stop it once it turns. Okay, so what melted was the side. Ooh, that is still really hot. You can take a bottle of water and spritz it with water to cool it down quickly. But
yeah, I think you need to do those on low.
see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that totally melted. He did say that this wax only needs 125 to change, to set. Yeah, that's pretty shiny. It's not, there we go. Whereas embossing powder needs like 340 or something like that. So it doesn't require as much heat. The silver one worked well. I just didn't leave it on it as long. I would put another layer of the silver to get it nice and shiny. I'm not going to do the inside because we won't see the inside when we do our project. Okay, let's try these metal dragonflies. Actually, where's the other tweezer?
Oh, their letters Brad's?
These letters are not.
Okay.
They are not Brad's. They have it. Yeah, they have a little thing on them that sticks out like they stuck into something, and I don't even know what they were from.
Like one of those boards, like one of those.
Yep, kind of like that. There we go. So
yeah,
remember,
Mary Antique gun is one of the heavy duty ones from the hardware store.
Yeah. This is a shop one.
Yeah, they said that melted lid is pretty unique. Looks pretty unique too.
Yeah,
you can distress that one, make it look really old.
That's a good point. We'll turn that into something different.
Yeah,
and you know what? Probably low would work just fine on this one, because it doesn't take as high heat as embossing powder, and it doesn't take as long. I thought of something there. I was going to tell you now. I forgot what it was. Maybe it'll come back. Okay, so there's the gold one. We didn't do the other one yet. What else did we do? Oh, we did this frame. Let's see if I can get hold of this frame over here with one hand. Okay, so I'm holding it farther back, the heat gun farther back, because it doesn't need to be as hot. Okay, the silver, that's the one that was already turning thick and turning to powder. So I think that's going to need it. It's cool, but it's not as vibrant as I would want it. And so I think it needs another layer because it was already turning. Let's check this frame.
So help me, God, if you won't back out in just 2 seconds, I'm going to scream.
That's only one layer over the top of paper on that frame. So that's not bad. Give that another layer and that would be really cool. And then I would like to try something on this side because it's raw wood and see how the raw wood handles it. All right, let's try this paper. I think that's the last. Oh, then the heart, the keychain. Let's see here. Oh, those little letters too. Hey, see the gold? Oh, you can't see it yet, but you'll see the gold go shiny, and then you can see it travel across the paper.
Oh, cat.
And you can tell where there's more or less of it. So the thing to remember, this is what I was going to tell you, is that whatever it is that you put it on that you're heating up, that substrate has to heat up first thoroughly before your wax can change, before the wax melts and changes. So this paper heated up really fast. It's just paper. The plastic took a little bit longer. The frame, it's wood. The wood has to heat up. So none of them take very long, but just remember that substrate has to heat up before the wax can react.
I do this when I'm low too.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh. Ouch, that's hot. Okay, so I would want another layer or two just to get so this acts kind of like a gesso. It gives it some tooth because that was just super slick plastic.
Yeah.
Keychain.
I definitely gesso something like that first because that's smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, even a little bit of watered down tacky glue, just to let it dry, would just, and anything that would give it tooth would work there. So let's get the mind. Okay, so this is mind. I'm going to do whoops, gotta clean the brush real fast. Love how fast that cleans in alcohol. Doesn't take any time at all. I'm going to do another one of these little lids. That's going to be pretty.
You're really blurry again.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it was doing okay, and now it just went really blurry.
Every time I just I moved really fast to try to clean that brush before this started to dry, and then.
She said this has been educational and entertaining. Yeah, we're always a hoot, but she has to go. She'll finish washing later.
Like Margie says, nothing else, you'll learn what not to do. Oh, well, I was going to open these and play with them anyway to experiment. So I thought, why do it and then have to come back and do it again to show you or tell you? So, because some of you have asked about them, even though they're brand new. And a lot of people I know look at them and say, I really need to know more about them before I decide whether I want to buy them. So I thought I'll just do what I do in front of you. You can ask questions and you might make me think of something that I hadn't thought of to try. And Okay, that will probably need another coat up there. That's super slick plastic, so it has a hard time sticking. Now I'm just pulling it off, so grab some more there. I think I'll do the other, the other dragonfly in mind. That would be very pretty. If there's enough down there.
Dawn says she's happy you did.
Thank you.
Okay, it just cleared back up. So
hopefully it's educational for somebody or answers some questions for somebody. I think this one's going to need another layer too. We'll heat that one and then we'll get another layer. And I didn't do the letters. Let's see. I don't think I did a B. So, oh, this is already dry. There's not much left and it's already dry. So what else do we have? We could do a key. Let's do a key in mind. So there's something sitting right here. Now, you know what? Maybe I have a file right here. I could rough up one of those hearts. Oh, you know what I've got? A mold.
oh,
Let's try a mold.
oh, that's gonna be pretty. I do it in 2 colors.
Yeah. What would you do?
The wing
Mind?
gold, the body mind.
That would be cool. And here's some.
You better hurry up, Marianne. It's gonna dry. You better hurry up. I'm trying to pick stuff out after you
All
pour it.
right. Okay. Body mind. I know.
Get everything ready first and then pour.
Well, I just noticed it was sitting on top of another little thing of molds. Little.
Yeah, lots of you can watch Timmy, but very nice to see action by a fellow crafter. Yeah, because let me tell you something. Watching Timmy do it and then I try to do it, mine never looks like his because he's so quick. And
well, he's been working with it for 2 or 3 years already, and trying it every different way, and
you don't see the mistakes that he makes.
he's got perfection down.
He tells you about it, but he doesn't really.
He's got perfection down before he ever shows us, and then we get totally left-handed if we're right-handed, right-handed if you're left-handed.
Yeah. So.
Okay, let's get his little antlers there. This is going to be cool. Okay, we'll do his body, his head, everything mined, and then we'll do his wings gold.
And then you can antique the wings.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really cool. Okay, this needs some too, so it's probably going to need more than one layer. So, these are book corners. They're super slick too. So either you put something on first, rough them up, or just put a little bit of tacky glue or gesso or whatever. You've got anything that'll give it a little bit of tooth. Either you do that first, or you're just going to get a super thin layer on there, and then you're going to do another layer. Okay, I want to do this on this raw.
I said it went really blurry again.
Okay, it's because I'm trying to hurry painting this. I'm hurrying and grabbing different things.
But other ones, it just
All right, we need a little more mind. We'll do this frame. Then we'll need some gold. We'll do that heart again. We'll do the wings in gold. Got to remember that book corner I did in mind. So, these are all things I grabbed that were a bunch of different types of materials, but then, you'll get thinking about it. Well, I wonder if I could use it here or there or that way. That's the rest of the experimentation that will continue. And if anybody gets these, be sure when you try things to post it in the group so we can see what happens on different surfaces. Did it work? Did it not work? Or worked, but you didn't like it, or, whatever. Okay, that's dust. Look at that. Just dust. So that's not going to work anymore. So let's get that out. Clean. And let's do, I'm going to keep Mind out here because I need to finish the book corners. Mind. Probably need a second coat on that, but let's do the gold on the Dragonfly wings. Now, even these book things are gold. I could do them in gold just to get the metallic. Because, I mean, they are metallic. If they weren't, if they were, like I've had plastic ones, or you can die cut them. Anybody have die cuts for the book corners or book plate? Yeah. Cut them out of paper or cardstock, and you can put this on it to make them look like they are actual metal without having to pay for metal ones if you don't want to. You either pay for the wax or you pay for the metal ones. It's your choice.
That's another reason I do some of that stuff that
because you cut so many things out. Yeah.
They were,
and you know this is going to go a long way. Just
powder on there just doesn't.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
The way I want it. It doesn't come out the way I want it to.
Well, you don't want to emboss everything. That's not the look you want. You want the gilded look. You want the shiny metal, shiny metallic as if it was made out of metal.
Yeah. I have one of those gate die cuts that I want to use.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that'll be so cool. I embossed one of these pieces of paper with a gate embossing folder, but the die cut is going to look very cool. The iron.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, gonna need a little more gold. It's almost gone and it's drying up. And I'm trying to hold this so delicately so I don't break the mold. I know that they're pretty darn strong, but still, I know I can
just pop off quicker than other, like the tail.
Yeah, I can be heavy-handed, and with something delicate like that little tail or the head or an antenna.
Mine's the antenna and the tails. I use.
Yeah, that would be. That's what I'm afraid of breaking off. And I did this like months ago, and so oh my gosh, I did. Just as I said that, there goes an antenna. Couldn't have even said anything. Dang it! And there,
oh well,
there it is. I could glue it back on. Maybe he doesn't need an antenna. That means I'll have to break off the other one.
He'll just be a handicapped dragonfly.
He'll just be a one antenna.
Yeah, he got into a fight. He got into a fight.
Oh, poor guy. Now I've got to put. This is gold, right? Okay, so let's do some more gold on this. We've got. Oh, shouldn't have said anything. Shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go quicker. That stuff's drying out quick.
Yeah, it is. It is. Almost feel like I need to like just put some down and do this outside, and then go ahead and heat set it, and then put some more down and do the top. You know, go ahead and heat set it because it will dry quickly. I think it would be easier if it had a base of something on it for it to grab onto.
Yeah.
Because it is
something like that, and you definitely need to gesso it, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Anything that would give it some tooth. Because it's kind of clumpy, and that's because it does.
What I would do, me personally, I would probably gesso it to like 2 coats, and then use some sandpaper to even scratch that up a bit, your gesso, so it's not level.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's get a little bit more on this. Although I'm going to end up grunging this up and using it somewhere else. This is not going to work for what we're going to make, so that probably doesn't matter. Was there anything else that was gold? Does this need another coat? Well, I guess it does. I had fingers holding it up there.
I put a little bit of gold on that dragonfly's head where that antenna popped off and it's white.
Should I pop off the other antenna? Okay.
Some gesso, some napkin, then touches of the wax. That'd be pretty too. That would add some texture to it.
Yeah. You guys saw what this gold frame looked like. I hope you remembered that. I want to see how much more vibrant it is with just a second coat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for, the difference there. Okay. Let's I can't hold that in my hand. Oh, I've got this one on there. This is a hard one to hold. I don't want to rub stuff off. Can't hold it in my hand. It'll definitely burn my fingers. Well, either way, I'm going to end up having to touch up a corner. So, all right, let's try this. I'll put it on low. Got to wait for the metal to completely heat through. It heats faster with high, Candy.
It might heat faster, but it melts.
Yeah, that's true. This is an industrial strength, and it doesn't need that high of heat. Oh, very cool. You can see it changing. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see a difference in the brilliance and the quality. It's no longer lumpy, gumpy. I've got to redo this end where I dropped it on it, and I can see white through, but I'll only have to redo that end. So
yeah, they're saying it looks much better.
It'd still be hot. All right, let's try this Mind Dragonfly. He's going to need several coats. Okay, he's got a nice metallic shine. And then you could take a brush and paint, specific things, make his body a little darker and just add a little bit of glint of color to his wings.
Dawn and I just lost our previous chat. Isn't that weird?
Really?
Yeah, what happened was mine went from live chat to top chat, and then when I put it back to live chat, I lost all the previous comments.
Really? That's crazy. Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
It wasn't in StreamYard, right? It was YouTube?
It was YouTube, yeah.
Oh, look how cool.
Yeah, YouTube lost its comments, Dawn.
Wow, watch this change. Look how cool that is. It looks like liquid gold as it bubbles and changes.
Yeah, yours might still be there, Julie. What mine did was it popped out of live chat and went to top chat, even though I didn't do anything. And then when I put it back to live chat, it lost everything.
Oh, wow.
So that's probably what happened to Dawn.
That's cool. Okay, I'm just going to need to break his other antenna off to make him equal. I'm not going to bother to glue it back on. There's still some little tiny...
I'd use a black marker and make them black.
Oh, there's little tiny bits coming out already. So, yeah, but instead of gold, yeah, instead of gold, just make them black.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turned out pretty cool. Okay.
And then grunge up the wings and his body with some...
We did that.
Like a black crayon. Dark crayon.
Yeah. We didn't do another layer on that, did we? Oh, this one hasn't been done. All right, low for this one. Let the plastic get hot, but not melt. There's a fine line.
Yeah, very fine line.
Yep. You may not be able to overheat the wax, but you can overheat your substrate.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
at least it was on a cheap piece of
about
plastic.
15 minutes left, Marianne.
At least it wasn't on some expensive embellishments or something.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's going to need more layers as well.
Yeah. Dawn says she won that dragonfly mold Saturday. She's excited that you're.
Oh, cool! Yeah, it works great.
I think it's gonna be pretty with the wax, and like I said, and then grunge it up a little bit so it doesn't look so shiny. I think that'd be.
I'm wondering about taking a little bit of the dream drops that are the angel wings or fairy wings.
Oh yeah, and make them iridescent.
And just going over part of the
I
wing.
would probably do that after I grunged it a little bit, just to add
iridescence. Yeah,
add some depth to the wings.
I think that would make it cool. Okay, let's see if we get it to focus again.
Yeah, the Nuvo Dream Drops, Julie, they're iridescent. They got like 4 or 5 different colors of them. The dragon scales, the
fairy wings. There's I can't remember what the others are.
Let me get it.
And it is just like liquid gold. It is very cool. It truly looks like it's been gold leafed. And I can see that if I had a layer or two of gesso, one good layer of gesso, I think would be totally fine on that. Do I have my dream? Here, they're in here.
And they've got Cloud 9, Dream Drops, the Dragon Scales, Enchanted Elixir, Fairy Wings, Frosted Lake, Gold Blocks, Indigo, Eclipse, Lemon Twist, and Love Potion in the Dream Drops.
Yeah.
She's had a couple of the colors and she runs out of them quick.
Yeah. I think that there's a couple left from the last sale. I'm not sure which ones they are. There might be a Dragon Scales, which is one
usually you have Dragon Scales, and she usually gets like a very limited number of Fairy Wings, and I haven't gotten that one yet.
Frosted Lake would be good. Fairy Wings, that's the one I want for this.
Was the last one I think you had. That's the one I just got.
There's Fairy Wings.
Yeah. And it just gives them a little shimmer. It gives it.
Yeah, it's translucent, right? Where the wax is opaque. If you get a good coat on it, it's opaque, so you don't see through it. These are transparent, but it gives that shimmer. You know, like when you look at fly wings or dragon scales, you get that shimmery, translucent kind of color. That's exactly what these are. So, wonder if let's see. We're just playing with this, so we just as well play, right? I wonder, instead of that, if we should just use
I'd use a crayon.
So use a crayon. I've got these right handy right here. What is this one? Gathered Twigs.
That might
work. Yeah. Forest
red, even the red, to add some red to it. What's that berry one?
Iced spruce. This one is aged mahogany.
That might work. I think that'd be pretty in there. Give it.
I agree. Okay, let's.
Oh, Dawn says, yeah. When she's had them, she's not had a lot of them, Dawn.
Right, and they always sell out fast. But I know that there was a couple left from the last sale. So whatever I've got down there, you're welcome to. And just let me know.
Yeah, because.
And Candy might know exactly what I have.
The last one she had was that Frosted
Lake. I like that one.
So I think I just got it.
Do you have the inventory list from the last sale? Was it even on that?
Not handy.
Okay. I don't want alcohol. Do I want alcohol? No, these are water-based, so I want water. I want just a tiny bit of water.
See, I have better luck on my finger with these.
Well, then I'm
See, I put it on dry. It's just easier. I can take it off.
look.
Oh, you broke.
Yes, good job. Yes, good job. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, would you make that with clay?
Yeah, but it's been sitting here, just literally
No,
sitting
but
here.
I'm gonna tell you, I think I have more luck with the pasta scultura.
Oh, really? In these kind of things?
Flexible.
Yeah.
So
Does
it
it stay flexible?
Yeah. Huh?
Does it stay flexible when you make it in these molds thick?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah. A little bit more flexible than this, I think.
Right. Okay.
I don't know how thick that Dragonfly mold is, and I'm not using it on a real thick one yet, but yeah.
It's a quarter of an inch.
Yeah, but you could maybe not make it so thick even. You could
yeah.
Top, but
I
can have more luck with it with stuff breaking, I will say that.
I can glue this one back on. I will do that.
Julie said paper clay might be better. But I don't.
So that's going to give it. I might have done another coat of the.
Yeah. See, I put the crayon on dry. I have to work with it dry.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on with my finger dry.
Okay. The crayon.
Yeah.
Okay. I just watered it down a little bit to let it move, but it's.
I don't. Then if I want to take it off, then I use the water to take it off.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay, so that's dry now. So then, now it's full of that. Let's just clean it quickly because I really want to try these fairy wings. Fairy wings with a brush, maybe with my finger. I don't know. What do you think? The Nouveau drops. Maybe with a brush so I can get down.
Oop, I put that in the wrong spot. That was me, Dawn, answering your question.
Oh, that's okay.
I put it in StreamYard because
you can answer as me. That's totally fine.
Yeah, my YouTube is messing up, so.
Okay, so this is kind of reactivating the crayon. Maybe the crayon needed to be heat set a little bit more. I know that's blurry as soon as I brought it up there.
Yeah, I work with the crayons when they're dry. I just do.
Yeah. I'll try that on the next one because I think that it wouldn't have so much to need to dry then, that dry crayon, because the Nouveau is a wet product anyway, so it's gonna
smear it.
It's gonna make whatever's underneath it wet. Yeah. But it does add a cool shimmer, that fairy wing shimmer to it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to show up on camera.
You can see it a little bit. You can see it a little bit. Laura says I'm adding that cool Dorito patina to my fingers. Dorito patina.
She's eating Doritos, and she's getting that orange.
I'm thinking of food, Laura.
She's getting the orange wax off the Doritos on her fingers. You could use that on something, Laura. That is free mixed media stuff.
That'd be great on butterflies. You got that orange.
No kidding. Do some monarchs. Yeah. Okay. On the body, it just doesn't have any of that red because it's already the mind. But give it that little bit of a shimmer.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. All right.
The favorite color, Julie. You have to ask Marianne. I've only got a few colors in the Dream Drops because I've let you guys have them because, like I said, she's never had a lot of them.
I know. I haven't. I never do get a lot of them.
I like it. It's got a slightly green, just like a dragon. It goes on really clear.
So she asking what our favorite colors are?
Yeah.
Let me show you what I have. What I have, and me personally, I've got the fairy wings. That is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, and that's the one that she doesn't have. She's only
just
had like four
fly wings or any bug wings, or you see their wings and they catch the light. This one's cloud. What?
what she's saying it's $15 where she's at. You buy it from Marianne. It's only
It's $15.
you only charge
Holy.
$7 for these or something like that.
Yeah, something ridiculous. This one's Cloud 9. I like this one a lot too. It looks white.
That's a new one. I don't think I had that. Have you?
Have I had that? I had that one, but I don't think there was very many of them.
I was gonna say I don't remember that. I don't have that one.
It's more of that. This is Frosted Lake. There might be a Frosted Lake left. This
I know,
was
that's the last one you had. I remember
last time, yeah. And it's really pretty. They're all.
The only way I got that, ladies, is I got it ahead of time.
Yeah. I have to make Candy get what she wants because she'll always just say no, give it to whoever else wants it. And then she ends up not getting some of the special things she wants. Dragon scales is definitely one of my favorites.
Yes.
You know, if you look at a dragon and you see that shimmery iridescent where they're green scales, but the scales change colors, that's this. Very cool.
Very cool. It is pretty. And it paints pretty too. You know, when you I put on one of those little ATC cards, you know, to do a background, I paint different colors of Nuvo, and then I let it dry really good, and then I went in with a really light coat of the dragon scales because I didn't want to take off the other. So you just kind of it made it really
Love Ocean, which is a pink base.
Yeah.
It's pretty, but if I had to only choose 3 or 4 of them, it probably wouldn't be one of my top.
Fairy Wing Dragon Scales and the
Indigo Eclipse, I love as well. It's kind of a purple base with all the shimmery extra colors. So it's kind of peacock colors. Oh, gee. Do you have Cloud 9? Don't have Cloud 9?
I don't think I got the Cloud 9. I don't think.
Okay, double check. And if you didn't, I'm going to put this one in your box because I have 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how I got 2 of them up here, but I got 2. They're both open.
That's what we were doing.
And then this one is Gold Lux. So I didn't hear you.
I said you were saving one for me.
That's right. I've got 2 Dragon Scales and 2 Cloud 9. Gold Lux I like a lot too. In fact, I really like your idea. I really like your idea there. I'd love to sit here and play all afternoon, but I got to finish getting these orders out. This one would be really pretty with the fairy wings or indigo eclipse. That one.
No, I don't have Cloud 9.
Okay. You got it now. You can draw fine little lines with these. Or just create a very, very thin, shimmery surface over the top, not even watered down. That's just so this base had blues and purples, and now look at it. It's got that iridescent shimmer on the top of it. But when it dries, it's even better. Got to move that out of the way before that one gets broken. When it dries, it's even better. Some of these really need something, so I thought I'll put this over the top of it because I like that idea.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've used it on a couple things like that where I just put it over the top just to give it a little.
When they dry, they're even better. All these products, when they dry, they're better.
Yes, Laura says it makes her think of moon reflecting in the water. Yeah, it does. It gives it that. And then it's hard to see on camera, but there'd be little sparkles in it. So
just those little iridescent pieces that get picked up by the light.
Yeah.
So cool. Let's see. That was Indigo Eclipse. And then where's the Gold Lux? There's the Gold Lux. Let's try some gold on something. Here we are mixing products. Like, why am I putting it down there? I don't know why, because that's how I was just doing I was just doing the wax on the surface, so I just squirted this one on the surface. What needs gold? This one needs a gold shimmer. This one's kind of blah, blah, blah. But get a little gold shimmer to it, and it'll pull out the colors that are underneath that are not being seen and ended up looking like mud.
Yeah, there's 9 colors.
9? Okay. I don't think I have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But there's 9.
7, 8. Yeah. No, I might. I don't know. I probably 7 or 8. Must be missing something. Okay.
Lemon twist. I don't think you had lemon twist.
Oh, nope. I don't have lemon twist.
I think that was one of the last ones.
Okay. So that was a pretty ugly one. But when this dries and it gets that gold shimmer, a gold sheer, translucent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So has anybody else gotten the wax? Did any of you get the wax?
No, I think me and Glenn.
I don't think Glennis got it. Debbie, I think Debbie got it. Pretty sure Debbie got it.
Yeah, Debbie got it.
Pretty sure Bonnie got it, but I haven't talked to Debbie or Bonnie to see if they've tried it.
Yeah. Debbie's feeling better. She's having trouble talking, so.
Oh yeah, last she messaged me.
She sit down. I know she's probably
had no voice, and I said
to relax. And by relax, I said that meant to sit your butt down in the chair
with a cup of tea and watch some TV. Yeah, she said she felt okay, just had no voice. I said, "Oh, you got the sexy rasp."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels sexy when you have it, right?
Yeah, you don't feel sexy.
Nope.
And even if you feel good, your voice hurts, you're still not feeling great. So.
Exactly. Well, your body still needs rest time to get over that. Oh, what I didn't do was this plastic frame. I'll probably do one of those. See how that turns out.
Yeah, and we're at time. We're at 3.
Okay. I'd like to put more layers on that. So yeah, well, there's a good test run, guys. If you've been thinking about getting the Foundry Wax, now you may know that you don't want them, or now you may know that you do want them. Want to try them out. So if you do get them and you try some other things, like I said, be sure to put it in the group so that we can all see what you did, what worked, what didn't work, and tell us how you tried it. Okay. Thursday we are mass making. Are we doing doily pockets?
Yeah, we still
want to do doily pockets. Everybody still want to do doily pockets on? Hi, Teresa. Still want to do doily pockets on Thursday? Or is it just going to be you and me making them?
We'll see.
Okay, so Thursday we'll mass make doily pockets. So yeah, pull out your doilies. The ones that I did, a 5 to 6 inch doily works perfectly if you want to do one page that has the 3 of them on it. But you can do them any size you want and just put it anywhere in a journal. It doesn't make any difference at all. So
the pictures of the close-ups in the group.
Okay, yeah, I'll get some pictures of these, but close-ups.
And they're all saying thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Thanks for coming and checking out the Foundry Wax with us. It was a good experimenting session. I brought some cloth too and some lace, so I will try that and see what it does. I'll see what it does to the cloth or to the lace, and I'll put some pictures in there so you can see.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Sounds good, guys. Thank you. Have a great rest of a great day. We'll see you in the Facebook group. Happy Paper People.
All right. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.